Hello, hello.
Hey, y'all.
How y'all doing on this fine
You don't know what
Christmas Eve? Yeah, Christmas Eve. Christmas
it's
Eve.
getting there.
It's getting there. Man, it's going, as you guys may or may not know, we're based in Memphis, Tennessee. And the next 3 days, 74, 77 on Christmas, and 71 day after Christmas. So
I'm only happy because my birthday is December the 28th, Capricorn, and it's gonna be warm. I never get that, so I'm
every night, every few years you do.
No, not few years, very rare.
Okay, very, very rarely, but it's gonna be real nice. So thank y'all for stopping in. Hey, those that are in, if you will be so kind, go ahead and hit that like button on your way in. And while you guys are going ahead and doing that, I'll go over our core principles like we usually do. Our 3 core. You want to say something?
Yeah, I just say you normally introduce yourself.
Oh, I'm sorry. Where's my manners? For those that don't know us personally, my name is Lamar, and this is my wife, Sarah. By day, I am a finance manager and a husband, friend, all that kind of fun stuff. And she is a nurse out there still in the middle of the pandemic, dealing with all the, let's say, crazed individuals with problems that they bring to you. I can't.
Y'all would not believe it. Like, I do COVID tests for 10 hours, but you would not believe the foolishness I am faced with every day. I mean, I can't. That's another story. We're going to do a show on it one day.
Yeah. We'll talk about that one day, how people just got almost
irate.
Yeah, and radicalized. But anyway, back to the topic at hand. If y'all will, so our 3 core principles we always mention before each show. Number 1,
80-20.
80-20. We believe strongly in 80-20, not only in our marriage, but life in general. And it means that, hey, if you get 80% out of the things that you want out of life, you're doing great. Whether that be your marriage, your job, whatever you strive for, 80% you're doing great. That other 20% you don't get, you just got to charge it to the game. It is what it is. It is what it is. Number 2, we believe in dating. Dating is important. We're 8 or 9 years into dating, this weekly date night thing. And like you guys know, if you've watched previous broadcasts, I was not on board with it at first, but man, it is one of my favorite things I look forward to every week. Every week we make sure that we date. And lastly, we believe in a traditional marriage. If anybody believes differently, we don't have any problem with that. It's your choice, what have you. It's just what we choose.
Yep.
So why don't you go ahead and introduce tonight's topic? All
right. So tonight's topic is BBLs. Just that. We're going to talk about some advantages of the BBL, disadvantages of the BBLs, and it on this evening.
Yes, BBLs. Let's give it up for BBLs. Now, why don't you go ahead and kind of explain what a BBL?
Okay, so a BBL is a Brazilian butt lift. I call it a booty lift, but you know that's a little hood or whatever. But it's just when they take fat from another part of your body to deposit it into
I
your
got something for you.
booty to give it a shape. So that's what a BBL is.
Got some of that Santa fat right here for you, but I don't think you need it. But anyway.
So that's what a BBL is.
Okay. All right.
Yep. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Darren. Hey, Darren, I see you in here. I cannot see anyone else currently.
Got Miss Kim Bullard is watching as well. Thank y'all for joining us. If y'all go ahead and hit that like button for us, hit like, share, or any one of the emojis at the bottom when you're at the screen, bottom of the screen there, if you will. That'd mean a lot to us.
Yeah. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and go into your details, but as we know, we see celebrities like Kim Kardashian, Nicki Minaj, they have some shapes. So everybody's getting on board with that. So yeah.
Yes. So
why do you think it's trending?
Why do I think it's trending? Well, I know why it's trending from research. So I've been researching this particular subject. And I'm going to go over some of the reasons.
Okay.
So everybody's heard the word or phrase or the person, Dr. Miami.
Dr. Miami.
Dr. Miami. I'm not sure, and I couldn't find the actual name of this particular doctor. But so one of the main reasons that I read on a particular from Vox, which is a popular kind of current events trusted news source that we use, it is very, very popular, is Instagram vanity drives record numbers of BBLs as millennials fuel past plastic surgeries. So millennials, and those are, I think, 24 to 38 as millennial age.
Did you say what did you say is driven by?
Instagram vanity.
Instagram. So for the likes and the looks and
yes. Well, as I remember, I don't know if you've seen, but in the past, there's videos out there showing girls how to pose to make your posterior look a little more.
And I get it because
robust,
I got a nice rump, so I kind of poke it out a little bit, but I'm not that's a different story.
To make your posterior more look like that Georgia peach that you see smacking.
As they say, period.
Anyway, but according to Vox and some of the studies, it's been the hottest form of plastic surgery since 2018.
Wow, so it's trending a long time.
Yes, the most popular.
Wow.
Yeah, so it used to be things like getting breast augmentation or lip implants, but BBLs have surpassed all of those in the last few years. So right now, there's currently about 35 to 40,000 of these procedures done per year.
Wow.
Now, when I read that, I was like, man, that's a lot of people. That's just here in the U.S. So that's about 2,500 to 3,000 people per month getting this particular procedure.
Wow.
And it is not any time that you consider going on under the knife should be a heavy consideration.
Yeah.
And that's where I think a lot of people have to make that choice.
Right.
Hey, is it worth the actual risks that come with it? But I was reading another particular article that's saying that it is very, very dangerous because what is happening if you want to go to what I've seen, if you want to go to a board certified plastic surgeon who has experience and specializes in plastic surgery, that costs us around about 20 grand to get it done. $20,000 to $25,000 to get it done, get the proper rest at the rehab. I forget what they call those.
Recovery.
Yeah, the recovery homes and all that. But if you want to go to some doctors who are not necessarily
certified, they're certified but not licensed to do those.
Well, they're specifically plastic surgeon. You can get certain little certificates or what have you to be able to do it. Then you can get it for $5,000, $6,000, which makes it a little more palatable for a lot more.
A lot of people are getting it because
Yes.
they can afford that.
Yes. So I was reading the article. And what you guys comments on that? What do you think about the uh, the difference between choosing, if you choose to do it, the choice between going to someone who specializes and has a good history with plastic surgeries, period, or taking the route of getting, either going to Mexico, Dominican Republic, or some Southern Florida doctors like that are doing it at a very discounted rate.
Yeah. So while they're commenting, why you guys just let us know what you think about that. Should you pay the extra money to get the surgery done right, or should you do it at cost? I mean, at a lower cost. But for me personally, I think if I'm going to invest, I think in such a surgery, I'm going to go with the higher end of it because if something hits the fan, I have some
recourse.
Yeah. Um,
Imagine going down to the DR, Dominican Republic. Now, the Dominican Republic is not a third world country, but it's a second world country.
right.
Laws and everything are different. But
Right.
imagine coming home, having complications.
Right.
What is your recourse?
Right. And I've seen it, and I've seen it time and time again where a lot of people go have so many complications and it is not a damn thing you could do about it. A lot of people have regrets and wish they hadn't done it. Then you do have some that had good results. So it's not all bad, but I'm telling you a lot that I see more not so good outcomes than better. I mean, even now you see some of the celebrities trying to get some of it out of their butt. Like it gets too much and they're backtracking, trying to get a little bit out. You know, you see that with celebrities a lot. And I think even what's the girl from here? Keisha Cole?
She's not from here, but yeah, Keisha.
She's not from here?
Oh, you talking about, yeah, you're not talking about Keisha
not
Cole.
What's the other one?
K Michelle.
K Michelle. I think she even had a show on it because she had a lot of complications and she was just making people aware of the, you know, that end of it. But luckily she has the money that she can, you know, kind of right her wrong, you know, what went wrong with her. But yeah, so yeah, for sure.
And I think as well, reading some of these particular articles and seeing most of the, and I kind of putting two different things together. I think most of the young ladies that, when it comes to women getting these, is most of the millennials, most of a lot of them are single, unmarried, that gets, when I say single, I mean unmarried, that are actually getting these procedures. A lot of women say when they do go to these procedures, just say lobby full of women there to get the procedures. And that kind of goes along with, as you guys know, marital rates are dropping, or actually plummeting over the last 10 years. And the most unmarried group so far is millennials, and zennials are projected to surpass them. So it goes along with the kind of the low marital rates, the amount of women that are actually getting them. That this is not any data that I know, but just my opinion from reading, that a lot of women that are getting this particular surgery are single. So I like to ask if for the guys or the women in the group, well, for the guys, if there are any guys watching tonight, how do you feel about your wife coming to you and say, hey, babe, you know, I want to move a little something around and get a little surgery and kind of fill myself out and in the rear end. I want to show that picture. There's some pictures. When you do some searches for these BBLs, there's some pictures. But what do you think? What do you think about your wife going under the knife to get the surgery? Are you okay with it? If you are, do you have a preference to where she wants to get it? So that'd be a question for you guys. Do you mind her getting it? And if you have a preference, where would you like for her to get it? On the lower end, save some money, or go all out and spend the 25 grand to get from a plastic surgeon that does this kind of work on a more regular. I know me. I don't. Me personally, I don't like to go under the knife. I don't want to get a tooth pulled, let alone go under the knife. Could you imagine?
So, some of some of the benefits that people, why people get it is to boost confidence. People feel like, they want it to make them feel more confident. So, that's why a lot of people do get it. Um, um, it tightens and lifts, it can shape you. I mean, it can give you that. More people feel like it can give you the shape that you want a lot faster. you know but I don't, it's like, for me, you gotta, sometimes you just gotta put in work. But a lot of people do these things thinking it'll make them a little bit more happier, and it's not always the case. I mean, from any kind of surgery, that's just not BBLs, that's any kind of surgery. You get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like sometimes you might need to, before you do something so drastic, you may need to consider some counseling, like what it is that you're seeking,
seek consultation before you do it. And one of the things that we kind of talk about, confidence is a feeling. And like we always talk, feelings are fleeting. They change.
Right.
You feel one way about something today. You feel another way about it at a later time. So it's you have to be careful with doing things on the way you feel, especially when it comes to any kind of permanent or semi-permanent kind of surgery that you're doing, like where you got to go under the knife.
Yeah, because we know any surgery is risky because you're going under anesthesia, and anything can happen with anesthesia. You don't always wake up with anesthesia.
Yeah, we've seen. We don't want to get into it tonight, but we've seen the actual the effects of people where they're going wrong with people who have actually died.
Yeah,
and some people that don't even have any kind of medical experience doing them in other countries and just making it back. So hey y'all, so it can be sad. It can be sad, but if done right, then I think it could be a thing that's beneficial to the women and some men who get it done.
What were you finna say? Something?
I was, and I lost my train of thought.
But some cons, real quick. Just like I said, the surgery is risky just because it's a surgery. And another big thing is this: you can't sit down. You have seating restrictions. So, I mean, that is the most common thing for you to do. So after you have this surgery, you can't sit for a really, 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 really long time. That has to be, you have to lay on your side or either on your stomach for a long time.
I'm gonna pull up that. Yeah, I'm gonna that video. I'm gonna go ahead and while you're talking, go ahead.
And then another thing is, it's not long lasting. They say 40% of that fat is reabsorbed back in your body. So you get it done.
Whoa. Hold
yes.
Hold the phone. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So 40% of that fat is reabsorbed. So you done spent this money on this look, and 40% is a big amount. That's the mass majority. 40% of that is reabsorbed back in your body. So you run that risk. You see what I'm saying? So it don't last forever.
Well, it's almost. I did not know that. Now that I'm sure that people that do go ahead and get the surgery kind of look into some things, but that is probably something that when you go to the proper facility or consultation or what have you, they will let you know about those things. Because that reminds me of anybody that's ever had LASIK surgery. They tell you this is not forever. It does fade. Your LASIK and your eyes will, soon will still lose. It will lose its effectiveness. But I did not know that.
Oh yeah, and so also you got to deal with bruising. You got to deal with infection, and that's the biggest thing. A lot of people come back with infections. I have a friend who works near and dear to that, and she has a lot of people coming there from BBL surgeries, and a lot of infections. And then you get the blood clot. Unfortunately, I do know someone who had surgery and they died, so they suffered a blood clot from that. So it doesn't always have a pretty ending. And I'm not saying, I'm not saying that you should not get these types of surgeries done. I just think that you should really do your homework, really go to somebody that has a good track record not because you're saving money. I mean, I personally at this age wouldn't get any surgery done. I mean, what I have is what I have. But I remember being younger, I'm like, oh, I can use a cup of size bigger, but none of that matters to me anymore, But then again, I don't know how I would feel if I was single out in the streets. So none of that, bothers me. But some people say they don't do it for their mate; they do it for themselves. So I don't know, but I'm not knocking anybody who does any type of surgery like that. I'm just saying you need to just understand why you're doing it and who you're seeing. You get what I'm saying?
I do. You said a lot, but I got you. I follow along there.
Yeah. So yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm putting something here in the chat just in case someone would like to join us. So if you would like to join in and give your opinions on topic, either by audio or video, you can join us either way. What we're going to do is go ahead. I dropped the link to chat in the actual. I dropped the link to join us to chat or come on live right there in the actual comments. If you want to go ahead and do that, and while you're getting yourself ready, if you will, go ahead and hit that like. And I was telling all right. So one more thing here. So I was looking at the notes here. One of the reasons that I forgot to mention, like I said before, is some of the reasons that people do get it that I want to add to that I missed was under pressure to look good online. Under pressure to look good online on social media.
That's a big one.
Yes. So say what you will about social media. There's a lot of upside to social media. And then there's, of course, downside to social media. It's almost like the new what they call it when you're when people are kind of influencing you to do something. What do they call that?
Influencer or
no, not people, but when you're around peer pressure,
oh.
It's almost like the new peer pressure. And let me tell you something.
It's trending.
People that know me personally, always one of the things I always mention is the internet lies to you. The internet lies to you. What you see on Instagram is not reality. Yes, a lot of there are people out there doing what in traveling and doing all this kind of stuff. But for the most part, that is a very, very small segment of people.
But that's what you see all the time. So that's what you think is really going on.
If that's what you follow,
right.
That's what you see. So all your feed is being lined up and suggested for things that you like. And that's what you always see. You're like, man, then you get out here and you go to the grocery store. You're like, but when you're online, if you spend a lot of time, you spend more of your time interacting online and Instagram, Facebook, and stuff like that. Then that's what you actually see.
Okay, so we're gonna ask some questions, and I guess I'm really just asking. You can kind of, if you have some input on it, because I don't know how many people is actually watching tonight. We do understand it's the holiday. People are out with family. So, would you get a BBL or would you let your spouse get a BBL? So, would you do any type of body augmentations or anything, or would you let me get any augmentations?
Which one you asked me?
Okay,
or you?
Okay. Would you let me get any augmentations?
I would be no. I would be no.
He's like, no.
No, looking at it from a
what if I say it will make me happier?
No. Happy comes from within. You're not going to.
What about more confident?
Confidence is a feeling as well.
Okay.
And just like anything, the older I've got, the more I realize about feelings is there's ways to feel better, that you can feel better, have more confidence, which is a feeling as well, that are devoid of going under the knife. That would be another conversation I think to be had. But looking at it from a logical standpoint, the risk of surgery and the things that go with it versus cost and health and all that kind of stuff, the risk outweighs the reward, in my opinion. So that's what I would say no. By default as well, as far as me getting any kind of enhancements, maybe, because guys get the
Pecs
and stuff like that, and stomachs and stuff like that, tummy tucks as well. No, it's if I can't get it naturally by working hard, I don't want it, and I like you. My bad. I love you just the way you are. So,
well, thank you.
Because I'm like a lot of men. As close to natural as possible is ideal. My ideal.
I can respect that. I can respect that. So do you think that going through, I know, like when you do like weight loss surgery, sometimes they make you do. So do you all feel like before you do any type of surgery, you should seek some type of counseling? You know what I mean? Like to make sure this is exactly what you want to do, why you're doing it, and if you're sure you want to do it. Do you think outside consultation is good before you actually do the surgery? And I don't mean with the person who's going to be doing it, because I think they're always going to sell you on the idea of why you should get it done. You get what I'm saying?
Yes. So get all kind of independent. Yeah, I think so. I think you should get I think you should get some independent consultation from someone who is familiar with it before you do it. Absolutely.
Okay. And another question. Do you think that celebrities are playing a big role on people getting BBLs? Because we know that the Kim Kardashians, the Nicki Minaj's, the Lalas, they have voluptuous booties, and that's what people see, and that's what guys seem to be attracted to. Do you think that these celebrities are,
have a big influence on it? Yes, without a doubt. I remember when Nicki Minaj got hers, and she even mentioned in the song like that. But yes, I think they have a huge. Celebrities have always had a huge influence on popular culture. So yes, I firmly believe that.
Yeah, and I just hate that it's trending. Like if you're gonna do it because you want to. Do it because that's just something you wanted to do. Yeah, like Kim said, consulting is a must. Yeah. If you're gonna do it because you want to, not because it's trending. I mean, to see the whole Atlanta airport filled with just the workers pushing the people that's getting BBLs, you know what I'm saying? Like you're using, like the whole Atlanta staff is pushing BBL patients. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it was 30 women in the Atlanta terminal coming off of one plane going to need it. They only have a certain amount of wheelchairs, and it just overwhelmed the area at that time. And it was kind of I don't have the video. It was kind of almost like a little bit of a sad sight. Like, man.
And then you see like the pictures with them like on their knees on the plane with their butts tooted up in the air. And I'm like, dog, if you're going to get this surgery, make sure you have the money to be able to stay there in the recovery time that's needed so you can heal enough, so you can be comfortable doing this surgery. Like, I'm not about to come back and I got to sit with my booty high in the air or on my knees on the way back. It was like, at one point, people cared that, like it was almost a secret, but now it's like, fuck.
No.
Like French.
One of the things that have changed, like, how can I put this correctly so I don't get in trouble? You can't say much against choice. I mean, I'm choosing my words. it's hard for you to say something publicly or privately to someone about them making a choice when it comes, especially when it comes to women. For men, it's
Yeah.
a little bit different. I can tell a guy, no, you don't need to do that.
But if you tell a woman you don't need to,
It's a dicey thing to do. So who's going to tell? Who's going to step out there and say something? You know what I mean. So you
That's my
just
right. Is it's like
my body, my choice, which
my,
I'm for. I'm all for that. So I think that there's that not the typical years ago when everything wasn't so out there that you could have conversations and say things and not get fucking canceled. Excuse my French. So yeah, I was getting ready to say something as well. Man, my memory's good. I need some ginkgo biloba. You remember that stuff? The
I
pills
do know.
pills used to take that somehow magically start making you remember,
making your memory look better.
Exactly.
You definitely need it. But anywho, so yeah, we just wanted to kind of hit on that subject because it was just a trending topic. Like I said, my opinion is if you're gonna do it, just do it the right way.
Yes, if you're gonna do it, invest the money. Go to a quality place to get
because I done seen some gone wrongs, and once you go wrong, ain't nothing you could do if you in the DR. And this one particular doctor, it seems like everybody keeps going to, and she is botching people.
And then going to Mexico. Now, Mexico is a third world country with totally different laws and little to no recourse after you go down there and come back. For one, it's dangerous to go there because they don't follow the same, have the same guidelines as we here. That we have here. But two, you don't have any kind of recourse. But let me pull up that. We'll pull up real quick. Pull up the TikTok video that we seen of the airplane. So let's go ahead and pull that.
Something comfy for your knees. So I got on my flight today, and everyone seated around me just had surgery.
Stop playing this.
They didn't know each other. Remember, ladies, if you're getting a BBL, don't forget.
The heck is that? Let me try that one more time.
We're froze.
Yeah. Something's wrong with this.
Pack something.
Yeah. Whatever. We ain't going to go full with that. I'll drop the actual link to it, to the TikTok video in the chat. But yeah, it showed in the video, there's a lady who's filming. There's a young lady behind her, up on her knees in her chair backwards.
With somebody sitting.
Yeah. With somebody sitting next to her. So here you are sitting in the plane. And you got that BBL right here. You got that BBL. You know how when something close to you, it's cutting off the sound. So you know the booty there, even when you're sleeping, because it's close to you, hear that sound.
And I know they got gas because they just had surgery.
Yeah, and that's a whole. Yeah, you're a nurse, you know about all that. And she kind of panned the camera around to different seats, and it was a plane full of women up on their knees because they couldn't sit down because of the actual surgery.
I seen somebody out not long back where they was sitting on a pillow right out there because they couldn't be out. They just came out of surgery. I'm like, stay home, dear.
Yeah. Well, it's expensive. It's expensive. So sometimes we get things that we can't. Naturally, we cut some costs, try to cut some corners, so to speak, to try to get what we want done.
Yeah,
we've all done it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I won't do it on something like that, but we've all done it. So
okay, yeah. So I guess we want to wrap it up.
Yeah, we will not be back. We will not have a show next week. We have some really, really exciting things coming up in January and something really, really, really nice coming up in February. We're going to close this year out with this, us getting all this practice in before we kind of push full steam ahead. Like we always say, we want to get all these bugs worked out, just like the bug you just seen.
Yeah.
As we try to
upload it.
Yeah, continue to polish up the show. But we're going to have in January, hear this, January will be singles month, where we're going to focus on all the single people. When we say single, we mean people that are unmarried, those people that are in relationships, or those people that have expressed that they are looking to get married or get into a long-term relationship, because you know what happens in February, right?
Valentine's Day?
Yeah, Valentine's Day. Everybody trying to get hooked up or trying to hook up. But we have two exciting shows. The first week of February and the second week of February, we're going to be broadcasting somewhere really, really nice. We're going to have a big audience. So we're really, really, really happy about that as we're kind of closing out the year, getting everything tidied up and all that stuff. But we'll make that announcement a little bit later. For those that are watching us on YouTube, make sure you go to Facebook and search Marriage Club After Dark. That's Marriage Club After Dark. You'll see this little some questions, and you can join us as we continue on. But we'll have that some more information as that comes along. Also, why don't you just go ahead and tell everybody Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, so Merry Christmas to you. Happy New Year and all that kind of fun stuff. And
are we gonna do a live?
yeah, we're thinking about doing a shout out show, New Year's Eve. We're going to start, and we'll kind of announce a little bit later, but we're thinking about going ahead and doing a shout out show New Year's Eve for those that will be at home avoiding the pandemic and celebrating. You can drop in and shout out your resolutions, or just shout out to the people of the chat. You come on drunk. I
think it's gonna be nice. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, we're just gonna live stream. There ain't gonna be anything kind of topic. You can just drop in and stuff like that when
Just
we talk.
Say hi.
Yeah, just say hi. You know what I'm saying? I prefer don't come on one drink in, come in 3-4 drinks in. You know what I'm saying? Make for some good content up in this thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're thinking about having a live drop in show where you can just drop on in, do your shout outs, and also your New Year's resolutions.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Don't be trying to cut out. Figs
who?
Fix your doorknob. I've been knocking all day.
Hey, thank y'all so much. We really appreciate y'all. Yeah, that was anyway.
It's fixed the doorbell. I've been knocking forever.
Thank y'all so much. We appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have yourselves good night.
Just a few times with you, point you. I wanna make you feel the same way I do. Promise all this given loving is yours. I'll always hold you down. You're my everything, I swear I'm all yours. I'll always hold you down. We got such a magical day. Sometimes I pinch myself. I'll always hold you down. I'll always hold you down, hold you down. Hell no, no, no.